Hey, it's Ruby. Welcome to the mid-year freakout tag. I believe I did this last year. I don't know how many years I've done it, but I figured we'd do it this year because it's also a way for me to check in with my reads, see how it's going, hear from you, get ideas from you. That's like my favorite part. So if you want to answer along in the comments with me, do so. Or if you just want to tell me like your top book and like your biggest disappointment, let me know, because if you follow me and you see my reading journal videos, stats are like my everything. I love stats. I love it. I love tracking things. I love seeing the stats on the page, and this is what this is for me. Like I love touching up on how the year is going. So we have 13 questions to get through. Let's not dilly-dally. Let's start off with number 1, the best book you've read in 2026 so far. For me, it's hands down this one, like without a doubt, The Poet Empress by Shen Tao. This is a high fantasy book. And first of all, before we even talk about it, I want the UK cover so much. But I am on a no buy for July with the potential to carry on to August because I need to get through my physical TBR. So I'm upset because I want the UK cover so much. I will pop in a picture. I mean, look at it. It's freaking gorgeous. I mean, if you know me, you know I love a blue book. And this is just, it's so good. It's so good. But this is not only a debut novel, it is a standalone, and it is not longer than 400 pages. It is under 400 pages. It is so good. Like the way that she told a full, complete story in this small amount of time was insane. We read it in my book club, and to me, it was just everything. I was so invested. It was very heartbreaking. Check your trigger warnings if you're going to pick this up and you're like sensitive to different things, because this was dark, my dude. Like it really was, but I just loved it. We follow this girl who is literally like sacrifices herself for her family because they are in extreme poverty and like famine. She enters this like thing to win the hand of the dude. I don't know. The prince, I'm not sure. The heir, and yeah, it gets crazy. But she's so smart and she never gives up, and it truly is heartbreaking. I loved it. So yeah, that's my favorite book so far. What's the best sequel you've read this year? This has not been the year of the sequels for me. I feel like the ones that I've picked up, I have hated. So I'm gonna have to give it to The Right Move, because I read Mile High not too long ago, and it was okay. It was a little, in the beginning I was like, oh, like the guy was giving me the ick, but I pushed through and I ended up actually really liking it. After I pushed through that first half, I was like, yikes, but I did like it and I wanted to go on, so I read the next one, book 2, and it was way better. And I mean, the guy was just so much, he was so likable compared to the first one. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to that one, but I didn't love the book. It's just like I cannot give it to anything else that I've read, because sequels like The Thorn Queen, Rites of the Starling, I haven't enjoyed. So yeah. Next up we have new release you haven't read yet but you want to. I have several and most of them are sequels, so let's just pop them in. Furybound, which is a sequel to Direbound, Lightwielder, which is a sequel to Metal Slinger, Broken Dove, which is a sequel to Silver Elite, The Ballad of Fallen Dragons, which is a sequel to When the Moon Hatched, and Brimstone, which is a sequel to Quicksilver. All of these, because for pretty much all of them, I think all of them, except for Broken Dove, I don't have Silver Elite. I own the first book in all of these. And if book 2 lets me down, I might just unhaul them and just DNF the series. That's how serious I am with sequels this year, because they've all been bad, in my opinion. So we'll see how those goes. It's a crap ton of sequels, and I'm going to try and get through a lot of them in July. Number 4, your most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I've got a couple. Let's pop them in. Victorious by V. Schwab. This is the final book in the Villains trilogy. It was originally a duology, but Then she decided to do a third book, and I was not mad because I love those first two, Vicious and Vengeful. Now we have Victorious. We have Cursed City, which is a sequel to Half City by Kate Golden. ACOTAR 6. ACOTAR 6. I mean, everybody's been waiting for it. We know that it's going to be a short little book. So it's not a full story. It's just the first part of it. So just keep that in mind in case you didn't know. That is a fact. And Warrior of the Shards, which is the conclusion to this trilogy. Book 1 was Servant of Earth. Book 2, Princess of Blood. And now we have Warrior of the Shards. And I love it so much. It was so good. All of these. I can't wait to read them. I have arcs actually of Victorious and Cursed City. So I feel special. Number 5, your biggest disappointment. Sequels. Again, the sequels. Rights of the Starling and Crown Tide. Rights of the Starling by Daphne Perry, the sequel to Shield of Sparrows. I know a lot of people love this, and I love that for you. I didn't. And I unhauled the books, and I am DNFing that. And then Crown Tide by Alex Astor. I love the first two. Did not like the next two. Again, I unhauled all of them. I had all 4. I got rid of them. And I probably will finish this out just because I was 4 books in. But I'm not buying them. Absolutely not. Number 6, biggest surprise. The biggest surprise is this book. I haven't even been showing you the books. Whoops. Web of Vows and Vengeance by Aria Ashbrook. Dude, if you have not read this book and you are a fan of romantasy, you need to read this because I just felt like it had so many romantasy elements in here, like so many, but it worked. I love this and I keep thinking about it nonstop. I do have an arc for the second book. I will be reading it very soon. But I'm going to reread this first because I want to. The reason I didn't give it 5 stars, I gave it 4.5 was because of the end. I didn't love the end, but I love this book. And this one and Half City I keep thinking about. Like they keep coming up in my mind. And I just feel like I never hear anybody talk about this book. And I loved it so much. But again, you have so many romantasy tropes in here, trials and all, you know, all the same ones. But I feel like it worked. It worked for me at least. And I was very happy with it. Next up, we have favorite new author, debut or new to you. And that for me is Kate Golden. I really enjoyed this book. And I could have gone with Aria Ashbrook or Kate Golden, but I'm going to give it to her just because I already featured the other one. But yeah, I hate urban fantasy. I never really liked them. I mean, I'll tolerate them like Crescent City. I thought it was okay, but I didn't love it. And it's because of the urban fantasy element. Like, even though it wasn't like super prevalent, there's something about urban fantasy I can't do. That's why I didn't really like the Book of Azrael. But this worked for me. And I think the reason it worked is because for a big part of the book, it's a school setting. It reminded me of like Hogwarts. So I think that that's what really kept me in it. But I will be interested to see if I love book 2, because I don't think that the school setting is going to be super prominent considering what happens at the end of this. But I guess we'll see, because I mean, I just don't think that they're going to spend as much time in school. Like, they were in school doing school things, like going to class, talking to professors, doing homework, taking notes. You know what I mean? That's what I mean about school. Not just like, oh, it took place in a school. No, they were doing school related things, going to games, cheering in the stands, you know, PE class essentially. So yeah, I really like that. And she stands out to me for that reason. Number 8 and 9. So number 8 is newest fictional crush. And for that, I'm going to say Cure. And number 9 is new favorite character. And I'm going to say Rose. And both of those characters are from Web of Vows and Vengeance by R. Ashbrook. FMC, MMC. I just love them. I love this book. And I just love them together separately. And they're the only ones that have stood out to me. this year in terms of characters. Although in This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me, some characters stood out, but I feel like I still have to go with those. Number 10, a book that made you cry. I've said it a couple times that I really don't cry, but to my surprise, I actually shed some tears this year, which is the first time in my whole life that I cry in a book. I've like gone misty-eyed in the past with the winners, but I actually like shed some tears of happiness, not sadness, with this book, which, let me get it. It is Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. I love this book. I felt like I was watching like a telenovela as I was reading this. It just gave me everything I wanted in that moment. And the end, it was just so like touching. And that's why I shed a couple tears. So yeah, that one is book that made me cry. Book that made me happy. This was like the complete opposite, but I was smiling the entire time. And if you've read Heartless by Elsie Silver and you love that, you need to read this, because in my opinion it was done better. And that is The Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Laurie Gilmore. Listen, I did not really like the first two books in this, and I kept going, and I'm so happy that I did, because I love this book. I feel like it's one of my favorite romances. And as I said, if you like Heartless, you will like this. I liked it so much more. I don't know. I just feel like Kate and Willa, those characters weren't for me. And that's an unpopular opinion, because people love Kate and Willa. I unfortunately did not. Like, I was okay with them, but they both annoyed me at times. And this gave me everything that book gave me, but the characters weren't annoying. Well, not as much, you know? And yeah, I was like smiling and like swooning, and I loved it. The most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received. I have two for this, because one is like your traditional cover that you can buy, and then one is like a special edition. So I feel like we need to feature both. For the special edition, The Wicked Sea by Jordan Stephanie Gray. This is an Allurial edition, and I just feel like this cover is so beautiful. The baby pink metallicness is so pretty. You've got the sprayed edges, which have a freaking mermaid. I mean, I just think it's really, really pretty. But Allurial and I got beef. I broke up with Allurial because, I don't know, like there was this whole drama where they were saying they weren't going to do sequels, but then they are doing the sequels now, but you have to sign up. I don't know. It got way too much for me, and I was like, nah, like, I'm done with you all. And then the other book is All Hell Chaos by Sarah Reese Brennan. This is a sequel to Long Live Evil. I love these covers. There's something about these covers that I freaking love. Long Live Evil looks similar, but with a girl. And this is book 2. I cannot wait for book 3. I wonder what color that's going to be. Although there are different colorways of this. Like if you get the Fairy Loot ones, this is red for the first book, but the OG US one is purple, and then like the UK has gold. So yeah, Fairy Loot for this one is red, but this is just your standard UK edition. The US only releases these in paperback, so this is from the UK. But I probably will also be getting the paperback, because I have the paperback in the US one. But I love that first book, Long Live Evil, so much that this is like the exception of me having more than one copies, because I love the first book so much. This one was just okay to me, but I'm remaining hopeful for the third book. And then lastly, we have what books do you need to read before the end of the year? So there are two for these. These books I've been wanting to read. They're very popular, very talked about, and I keep putting them off. So I need to read them this year. Like, no excuses. If we get to December and you know that I haven't read them, call me out. Call me out. All the way out. So the first one is The Sword of Kaigen by Emma Wang. I have put that in this video specifically, probably for multiple years. I know for sure last year. I never get to it, but I finally bought it. My special edition from Wraithmarked is on its way. So I feel like I need to read it. I just need to. I read Blood Over Brighthaven by Emma Wang, and I freaking loved it. It's one of my favorite books ever. So I need to read The Sword of Kaigen. The second one is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. The way that people love this book is insane. But the reason I don't want to read it is, one, because it's kind of long. Two, he's never going to finish this. It's going to be incomplete. We have books 1 and 2 and he's never going to finish it. So I don't know if it would piss me off to like have an incomplete story. But I'm going to do it because I own books 1 and 2. And the way that people put that in like their best books of all time lists, it's got me curious. So yeah, that is the mid-year freakout tag for me. Again, leave your answers down below, or a couple or whatever. I would love to know because I'm so curious. Like, I love to see what people are reading and loving or hating. It's so cool. So let's have a little discussion down below and let me know what your faves and your hates and all that are. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, hype up the video and all that stuff, and I'll see you very soon with another one. Bye.